Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in again with me here at Success After Pain podcast. This is for someone that feels like they are all alone. There was a time in my life when pain controlled my decisions, a time when I was searching for relief, searching for answers, and searching for a way out. But I learned something powerful. Pain can either break you or it can build you. Welcome to Success After Pain podcast, a place where we have real conversations about overcoming addiction, rebuilding after failure, healing from trauma, and discovering purposes through life's toughest moments. If you ever felt like giving up, this podcast is for you. I'm glad you're here. Let's grow together. Again, this podcast, today's segment, is for that person that feels like they're all alone. Well, at one point in time in my life, I felt the same. But this is the question that I want you to pound it on. If you know anything about my past, which I have shared here on YouTube and other platforms pertaining to a part of my life struggles, I never gave up. Even when I procrastinated and others may have felt that I gave up. In the back of my mind, I just didn't know what it would that I had to do to change my perception of life. And when I did find out what I needed to do, I still procrastinated. I still used people, places, and things, and still fumbled the ball. It took a moment of clarity. When I started going to meetings and allow other people to share their experience, strength, and hope, that's when the light bulb came on. Maybe I can do it too. So for you that feel that you're all alone and your life is still in shambles, you still are exemplifying character defects after character defects, don't beat yourself up. Find you a NA meeting. Talk to someone. Allow someone to give you their suggestion. You see, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Today is Friday, and if I had to put a title on today's topic, it will be Freedom Friday. I want to ask you, what challenge did you overcome this week? Or did you even attempt to overcome a challenge? Well, for me, with everything going on in the media, dealing with politics, racial issues, I try to refrain from actually indulging in the conversation. And I'm very opinionated, mind you, about those topics. But I feel like today, it's not always good to speak on things just because you feel some sort of way. Like I always share, it's a fact that you have feelings, but your feelings is not a fact. See, I must know and understand that if I allow others' comments or assumptions to change who I am, then I need to take a closer look at me, at myself. You see, if I allow that, then that tells me that I'm not in control of me. That tells me that other people dictates and controls how I feel and how I move. Today, I don't have to act off of my emotions. I don't have to act off of a situation because it may not suit my best interests. You know, they told me things may not get better around me, but I can get better around things. So that is a challenge that I've overcame this week. And, you know, I want to pat myself on the back because, again, I'm very opinionated, especially when it comes to certain topics such as racism, politics, etc. Especially when it's home, domestic entertainment or situations that may occur dealing with us as a whole. You see, in order for me to change my society, I got to change the way that I think. See, all this has something to do with your thinking process. Well, people that feel like the disease of addiction is a choice of drugs, you're missing the hope shot. See, the hope shot is it starts, it begins, it ends with my mind. You see, if I allow it to take me to a place that I feel like I can't accept life on life terms, then I start using people, places, and things to medicate my emotions. You know, here goes again, relapse. You know, drugs all over again. I'm losing the things that I worked so hard to obtain. Who want to keep living a lifestyle like that? A person that is insane, undoubtedly, but a person that has a sane mind, he or she is trying to rid themselves from that sort of behavior. So I'm challenging each and every one of you all that's under the tone of my voice out there, to work on a challenge. You know, if it ain't up a one a week, if it's something small, it may not be as severe as, you know, my challenge that I just shared with you. Because, you know, I understand politics and religion aspects along with racism is a touchy topic for a lot of people. And I understand that. We all have different ways of viewing things. We all have ways of actually addressing issues. But if anyone out there know that, you know, if you take the time and really think about some things that you need to change, you'll have a whole list of things. Maybe at this time you can't think of nothing just off the top of your head, but give it a little bit of time. I'm challenging you all that that's the only way that you can ever break the disease of addiction. Excuse me. See, the disease of addiction is far greater than that choice of drug. And I can't emphasize that enough because a lot of us feel like, you know, what is he sharing? What is he talking about? Well, it told me to keep coming back. Don't leave before the miracle happens. These are the things that I've learned in the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous, which is my higher power. The group conscious and their decisions and suggestions have helped me to overcome that ugly way of life. And today, I can't begin to even tell you the blessings that I'm receiving. Just finished trucking school again, getting ready to take my CDL test, and hey, start my business back up. I can't ask for a better life at this time. Financially, no, I'm not no way near where I want to be. But my bills are getting paid. My family are eating. They have clothes on their backs. I have clothes on my back. So I can't ask for no more. One thing about the disease of addiction, when you're running rampant and it's active, those things that I just named are impossible to retrieve. So, if you're new, stick and stay. Like they told me, if you feel like this is not the place, at least give yourself 90 days. Make 90 meetings in 90 days. Get and use a sponsor. Get some phone numbers. Dial them, they told me, and not file them. They also told me to change people, places, and things. These are some of the tools that one must utilize in order to free themselves from active addiction. See, if you're sincere about recovering, these are certain steps that you must take. You see, in order to change that emptiness, that loneliness, guess what you got to do? You got to place yourself in an environment that's positivity is flowing through. See, the only thing that's going to come from negativity is negativity. See, if I want to be a doctor, I got to go and hang around a doctor. If I want to be a mechanic, likewise. See, that's how we got to start thinking. See, if I want to continue to do that same old ritual way of life, or carry out that same old ritual way of life, then if I keep hanging around the same people, like they told me, keep going to a barber shop, and one day you're going to get you a haircut or a line up or something. You see? See, I got to change people, places, and things. That's a must, you see? And that's in all my affairs. See? In order for me even to grow mentally and become more knowledgeable, I got to hang around those type of people that, don't mind picking up a book, don't mind reading literature. Those are the things that I must do to rid myself, Eradication don't come by itself. It comes with dedication and hard work. That's the only way change will come. See, I can't sit around and think that, it'll rub off on me. Nah, don't work like that. You got to put in the work. You see, one thing is to know, but it's a whole different ball game to apply. See, knowledge is one thing, but the application is the key to success. So, again, today, I challenge you to change your people, your places, and your things. That's the first step. Find you a meeting and tell yourself, I'm not the only person that's going through this, and I won't be the last person. You see, it's help out there, but you gotta want help. You gotta want it. See, mom can't do it, the kids can't do it, the wife can't do it, etc. Not even the judge. See, not even law enforcement. That decision have to come through you and I. You and I. We're the only ones that can make that conscious decision to change our lives. No matter how many people want that change for us, that change will never occur until you and I change our perceptions on how we see things. You see, if I would have stayed blind, deaf, and dumb to the facts of ignorance, I would still be there. You see, not only that we do ourselves a disservice. Do you know how many people are you hurting right now by staying there? Family members, loved ones, but most of all, you're hurting yourself. I say that again. Most of all, you're hurting yourself. You see, I can share this because I've been there before. I know how it is to feel lonely. I know how it is to feel like I have nothing else to live for but to get high. You see, when doors are closing behind me, seem like all things are failing. I've been there. But just know, you're not alone. Pick yourself back up. First of all, tell yourself that you love you, no matter how the situation may look. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, I love me, and I'm going to do something about this way of life. I'm going to make that change. Don't listen to the critics telling you that you'll never be nothing and that's all you want to do. Don't buy into that. Because if I would have bought into that, I would have never became a business owner. I would have never became a homeowner. I would have never became a car collector, and etc. if I would have bought into that. And I share those things not to boast or brag, but to give you inspiration and courage. If I can do it, so can you. So can you. So pick yourself up, brush yourself off, and tell yourself, I'm not alone, and I'm going to make this change that I know that I can make. And begin to take on those challenges, as I mentioned early in this segment. One day at a time. Tell yourself, just for today, I would change something about me. I don't want to lay down tonight and feel the same that I felt yesterday. So in order to change that, you must do something different today than you did yesterday. You can do it. If nobody believes in you, I believe in you. You see, I'm here. I want to be that beacon light of hope for you. I want to go against all odds for you, because I know there's a lot of great things left within you. It's your way of life that is prohibiting those things for showcasing itself. So please, if you don't get nothing else from this segment today, just please take the suggestion to change one thing about you today. Just one. And tell yourself, just for today, I will not do X, Y, Z. Whatever it may be. I also, at this time, I want to encourage each and every one of you that tunes in to my channel to start posting something in the comments pertaining to your story. See, it's just this show, this podcast is just not my podcast. It's our podcast. It's a place that we can come to and vent, share our experience, strength, and hope with each other to rid ourselves from that ugly way of life. It's no big eyes, no little U's, It's about us crossing the all T's. Yes, bonding and building and giving back what was so freely given to us. You see, each one teach one. So again, I'm challenging each and every one of you to share a part of your story here at Success After Pain Podcast. Truly where recovery meets redemption. See, I can honestly say these things because I began to do some work with myself. And that was the only way that I could come from up under the hypnosis of my addiction. See, one day at a time. Sometime it may be one decision at a time. Whatever it takes for you not to use, just look at it from this perspective. If you want to join no matter what club, then there's certain steps that you must do. And getting high or using people, places, or things is not one of them. It's impossible. See, because we can't just look at, again, the aspects of the drug. See, I share this all the time. Only 10% of it is the drug. The other 90% lies within me. See, I take me everywhere I go. See, I did the geographical change. I told myself many times in my active addiction years that if I leave from my home state and I go to another state I wouldn't use. Well, every time, it may last for a minute, but every time, not sometime, but every time, I faced an opposition and I felt like it was unbearable. Guess what I did? I started to use people, places, and things all over again. Just a new playground. See, I can't run from me. Everywhere I go, I take me. Everywhere you go, you take you. You can't run from you. See, until you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're going to continue to take you around. Not only that you're going to mess you over, but everybody around you at some point of time is going to feel a wrath of the disease of addiction. Whether they're using it or they just become victimized from your insanity that you exemplifies. I know that's a part of my story. And most time, it's the people that truly loves you. Let me think about that. You must say. Yeah, think about that. It's the people that will go out of their way to make sure you got something to eat, make sure you got a roof over your head, make sure you got transportation to get you from point A to point B. Those are the people that we find most time to victimize. Do we mean to do it? No. Unconsciously aware? Yes. Is it right? No. But is it reality? Yes. Definitely reality. So my point is that regardless if you meant to hurt that person or not, that person becomes victimized, hurt, feeling betrayed, and all sorts of other emotional effects behind your foolishness. So you got to change in order to grow. Because these people are the ones that's rooting for you. But time and time again, if your story is like my story, we continue to use people, places, and things until we use it all up. And then we want to sit on a pity pot and cry. I don't have this. I don't have that. This person is with me. That's why you're feeling lonely. You ever thought about that? That's why you're feeling lonely. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything, because one thing I know and two things for certain. When a person sugarcoats things for a person that is in active addiction, we have a tendency to make that person become an enabler. Do any one of you all out there know what an enabler is? Well, let me break down what an enabler is. An enabler is a person that provides monetary aspects, comfortability, some sort of resource leading up to your way of life, whether it's affording you money to go out and use, whether it's you keeping a roof or food, whatever it is that you're not taking the responsibility to do yourself, this person is doing it for you. And which that allows you to continue to go out and use people, places, and things and not get your act together. That's an enabler. A lot of times it can be your mom, your sister, your wife, so-called friends, or maybe your friend. These are the people that we have a tendency to misuse and take advantage of when we are in our active addiction mode. So, if that shoe fits your feet, maybe that's one of the challenges that you need to write on your list, to rid yourself from that aspect, and from using that person to continue your act of insanity. You see, those people, most of them, they have the slightest idea that they're basically hurting you more than they're helping you. They feel like you at times where he or she has nobody in their life, and maybe I could, become that hope for them. Nah, you can't enable it, because that person, at some point of time in their addicted mindset, they know that what you're doing for them is allowing them to continue to live a high cost of low living. So if you that person, then you need to take a look at yourself. Hopefully I gave you some information to help you take a look at what you're doing. Just some food for thought. Again, I can't emphasize this enough. If nothing changes, nothing changes. So today, I would love to go to my community space here on my channel and see that someone left a part of their story to share with me and others in the community. Well, at this time, I'm going to wrap it up. Another segment of Success After Pain podcast. Thank you for spending this time with me on Success After Pain podcast. If today's episodes encouraged you, challenged you, or reminded you that you are capable of more, be sure to subscribe, share, and like to the channel, and leave a review. Remember this: your pain is not your identity, your past is not your destiny, and your struggle is not the end of your story. Keep growing, keep healing, and keep believing, because success isn't about what you've been through. It's about what you become of it. Until next time, keep turning your pain into purpose. This is Success After Pain podcast. Peace. Proper education always corrects error.